Alex, we're actually going to use brown for the speakers. Great, thanks. Okay. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Brian. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees here at CNT, and I'll be reading the announcements for you tonight. Join us tomorrow morning for Zoom, or on Zoom for Torah study at 9 a.m., followed by a Shabbat Minyan service at 10 a.m. On Tuesday, June 30th, our CNT film Havarah, join our CNT's film Havarah for a summer matinee at 2 p.m. The group will be screening a movie, the movie The Apartment. To RSVP, please contact Barney Tabak and find out information on our website. Next Friday, July 3rd, the CNT Administrative Office will be closed in observance of Independence Day. Shabbat services will be held as normal that night at 7 p.m. The first Shabbat service featuring the new Team CNT. Be sure to join us. New voices wanted. CNT's Sheer Harmony Intergenerational Choir is welcoming new members for the upcoming High Holy Days. Rehearsals begin Tuesday, July 7th and continue every Tuesday from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the sanctuary as we prepare our beautiful music for the High Holy Days with our new music director, Jason Manlapaz. If you haven't heard him, he's incredible. All ages and experience levels are welcome. Come share your voice. To RSVP or for more information, please reach out to Max in the administrative office. July Senior Schmoozers takes us on the road. Join the Senior Schmoozers at Carnegie Heights on Monday, July 13th at 12 p.m. for the Welcome Table. This afternoon luncheon brings food, drinks, and fun featuring live entertainment by Brad Sternhill. This event is open to the public, 65 plus, with CNT members attending for free and not yet members for $18. Save your seat today. Mark your calendars. On July 17th, Rabbi Hutchings will be leading a very special CNT by the Sea Shabbat service. Dinner in San Diego, California at 7 p.m. This experience will be an in-person only, so get ready to pack your bags. Or if you prefer, stay close to home. Join us that night in our sanctuary for Shabbat services at 7 p.m. For more information, our full schedule of events, or to RSVP, please visit the calendar page of our website. Shabbat Shalom.
To hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody sing.
I want to hear somebody sing. I want to hear somebody sing down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody sing.
All right, now it's your turn. What do you want to feel, to see, to hear? What are you here for tonight? What are we going to fill the blanket? Acceptance.
I want to feel acceptance. I want to feel acceptance down in the valley and over yonder. I want to feel acceptance.
And I want to see it and hear it and all the things too. All right, yes. Joy. All right. That might be our theme for next year, just giving you a heads up.
I want to see joy. I want to feel joy down in
whatever it is. All right, let's hear some more. A couple more. Gratitude. That's another experience. Feel. Okay.
I want to feel gratitude. I want to feel gratitude down in the valley and over yonder. I want to feel gratitude.
All right, I'll leave it for one more. Peace. I want to see some peace in our world. Shalom.
I want to see shalom. I want to see peace in our world, down in the valley and over yonder. I want to feel shalom.
I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray.
All right, well, you have found yourself at Shabbat in the round, which means it's not very traditional, not that Reformed Judaism is all that traditional in that sense, but not traditional for Ner Tamid. Usually we're up on the bima, we follow a certain rotation of prayers. This rotation's a little bit different. We find ourselves in these concentric circles as a way to bring each other together in this very intimate Shabbat, this special Shabbat where we acknowledge Pride Month. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been a little under the weather and I have shingles. It's like the worst thing ever. Now, I finished my Valtrex. I am not contagious. Don't worry. Okay. But I've been stuck at home, which that's not like me, right? Like the last couple of days. And you get a little bit down. And then you feel like you can't get out of bed and get out there and do stuff. But I have to say, just sitting here being with all of you, I already feel better. I want to hear somebody pray. So it's amazing what community can do when we bring each other together and feel each other's energy. And even when we're physically not feeling well, to have community is a really special thing. Shabbat in the Round has special music, a little more English than usual, a little different melodies than usual, but those who are diehard Shabbat in the Round fans, they know what I mean. So we're going to continue by welcoming Shabbat in a way that we say how good it is to be together, one another, brother and sister, sitting next to each other and joining in Shabbat. So Hine Matov. This is a participatory service. We want you to sing along. Even if you don't know it, you'll get the hang of it. And we'll start with a nigun, a wordless melody, so you can join along.
We come from a tale told long ago, passed on by the waves and the wind. We've made it this far together, you know. Come, brothers and sisters, let's sing. Hine matovu manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Come gather round and hear the song. If you're the wandering kind, 'cause you can make it alone, but just so you know, we leave no one behind. Our mothers and fathers who've weathered the storms grew strong in the trials of their times. So we brothers and sisters, Lador Vador, carry on with this song in our lives. Hine matov umanaim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 All right, so it's such a pleasure. One of my favorite moments. There's like a little bit of this like special, you know that joy that you get, like the butterflies, like those moments. Whimsy is. I'm learning all the kid terms. I have to like. It's not a kid term. It's just a term.
It's just a term.
It's just a term. Okay. I'm trying to be cool, you guys. I hit 40 and I stopped being cool. All right. Whimsy. When we had the welcoming of 2 new Jews to our tribe yesterday, and a special Beit Din with our Rabbi Emeritus and our incoming Associate Rabbi, Julie Bressler. And it was at my home. My Mensheva husband created a mikvah in our spa. And I think it was a joyful occasion for those who took part. And we are now so blessed to call Kaiser Bonstein to our tribe, officially welcome him as a Jew. And he was joined by Mackenzie, who is also has reclaimed her Judaism. So we asked Kaiser to join us with Scout to light the Shabbat candles tonight.
Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a restful day. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And if choosing Judaism is something that's been sitting with you for a while or recently, and you're thinking, I need to explore that, In September, we'll have a new edition of our conversion class so that you can start to learn and make your way to that choice and that affirmation. Our tradition teaches that every Jewish soul stood at Sinai. Before we knew our names, before we knew who we would become, before we knew whom we would love, before anyone questioned whether we belonged, we were there. The voice that spoke Torah did not speak only to some of us. It spoke to all of us. And yet, for many, the journey back to that truth has not been easy. Some have wondered whether there was a place for them in the Jewish story. Some have been made to feel as though they stood outside the covenant that they carried within them. Tonight, we hear stories of pride. Some are joyful, some are painful, and all are sacred. Because every story bears witness to a covenant that has never been broken. Before anyone welcomed us or rejected us, before anyone affirmed us or questioned us, God called us beloved. May these stories remind us that each of us is created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Our place in this story was never something to earn. It has always been ours. And it is a real privilege and honor for me to have Rabbi Cantor Sam Radwine here tonight. He has been my mentor, colleague, and friend, and his story inspires me not only because he is one of the greatest cantors of our time, but also, it's true, but also because he took that path at a time where being LGBTQ+ as clergy, even in Reform Judaism, was more of a don't ask, don't tell situation. So I invite him now to share a piece of his story with us.
Rabbi Cantor Hutchings, thank you. I'm so honored to be in your space here for this night. There's a term that's popular in the hip-hop community. See, I'm a lot older than you, and I'm still cool. The term is OG, and in the hip-hop culture, I'm told it means old gangster. I call myself old G, not old gangster, old gay. Earlier in my life, when things were a little bit different, I was a student at Hebrew Union College in New York City. I was in cantorial school, and I started to date a fellow rabbinic student. We stayed in his apartment in Brooklyn and took the subway in to 4th Street in Greenwich Village, except we wouldn't walk into the building together because we didn't want anybody to know that we were together. So we would stagger our entry into the building by about 5 minutes. I tell this story to my contemporaries, my LGBTQ colleagues, students, and friends today, and they scratch their head and they say, why did you feel you had to do that? Because we did. In those days, we did. But I want to fast forward to, I'll keep this brief, said no rabbi ever. I want to fast forward to 2009, when my husband and I stood under the chuppah on the bima of the synagogue that I served for 28 years in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, also called Congregation Ner Tamid, interestingly enough. And we recited the words of vows, of wedding vows. And we were one of the first same-sex couples to be married in a conservative synagogue on the West Coast. It was a joyous day. I remember hearing the stories of people who would hold their kids up high. We set up 625 chairs. It was standing room only. We invited the whole community. And people held up their kids. And a woman said to me, I want my child to grow up to know that he can marry anybody that he wants to. And that was a moving time for me. I like to hold hope. There's another OG, an old gay of blessed memory, Stephen Sondheim, who wrote some words of hope for me, and I just want to share a few measures tonight. It's our time, bring it in, words to conquer, words to win. Our time coming through, me and you, friends, me and you, me and you. Shabbat Shalom, Pride Sameach.
And if anybody wants to go to cantorial school, this is who you talk to. He is the dean of the Academy for Jewish Religion in California. And now we call upon the angels. There are so many angels that are within our lives that we sometimes see and sometimes don't see. They are the conduits between God and us. We call upon those angels now. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem, Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And this is a place that is always welcome. Everyone is always welcome. And one of our speakers tonight, Maddie Pence, was a proponent of a sign that you may have noticed when you walked through the courtyard that says, I think it says all are welcome here. And it has all the flags, it has all the hands, it's a showing of we want this to be a place of diversity. It makes us richer, it makes us stronger, and we want you to arrive here who you are. And this version of Baruch Hu, it says, come all of us, come all of you to this place that we may be called to worship together. And the nigun is do, do, do. It's easy.
Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do 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 do. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now too. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now too. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the
face Aron HaKodesh.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Please be seated. So usually here we chant the Ve'ahavta, the words that continue in Shema. This beautiful piece was written by Neil Comas Daniels and Diane Rose, a version of Ve'ahavta that reminds us love, only love. That's what matters.
Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to the wisdom inside and around you. You will remember
As you're walking through the day, make this world a better place. Children will learn, and their future will be love. Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to your wisdom inside and around you. You will remember. In your home and on your way, make your life a voice of God. Be a sculptor for the holy. Be a doorway for love. Join us.
Love, only love, with all your heart. Love, only love, with all your soul. Listen to your wisdom inside and around you. You will remember. You will remember.
Apologies, that one wasn't in your booklet. It was special for Pride Shabbat tonight. It's okay. Sometimes in the Shabbat in the round, it's good to just close your eyes and listen. It's improv. So the Torah commands us to place tzitzit on the corners of our garments so that you may look up and you can look at them and remember. The Hasidic masters wondered why Judaism speaks so often about seeing. Perhaps because there is a holiness in being seen. Not glanced at, not tolerated, not merely welcomed, but seen. Seen in our fullness, seen in our complexity, seen not despite who we are, but with every part of who we are embraced. For some, being seen has come with risk. It has required courage to tell the truth of one's life, trusting that vulnerability might be met with compassion or judgment. The stories we are hearing remind us that when a community truly sees someone, it does more than welcome them. It makes room for them to flourish. And in that moment, the one who is seen is not only the one transformed, because we all are. Our next two stories come from John Spare and Paige Schaefer. John and his husband, John of blessed memory, were the architects of this building we are sitting in. And Paige chose Judaism through our program and became a beloved art teacher in our religious school. They both share stories of being loved for who they are.
I wrote it down. All right. Okay. Start with a question. So how many people here have been to Israel? All right. Do you remember that feeling of being in a place where you're Jewish and everybody else is Jewish and you can just walk the streets without having to worry? Well, as a gay man, that's the feeling I got in the 1980s going to Fire Island in New York, okay, the Castro in San Francisco, Provincetown in Massachusetts. Years later, when John and I visited Israel, multiple times, my Jewish self experienced that same feeling. That's the feeling I've always had here at Congregation Near to Mead. I've been a member here at CNT for some 34 years, back when my daughter Allison was in religious school, working towards her bat mitzvah in 1996. I'm dating myself. My boss, John Cly, and I started our long road from work associates to friendship to our relationship of 38 years, culminating in our 10-year marriage before he passed almost 3 years ago. Starting my journey with John, being very closeted in the 80s, and for those of you that remember the very scary times back in the days of AIDS, it was a death sentence. It was not a good time. At that time, I always felt that I was welcome at CNT. That strong sense of community and caring has always been a hallmark of our congregation. Back when my daughter Allison was in religious school, one of the very first people I came out to was Rabbi Axelrod. We were standing in the parking lot over at the Emerson campus, and I just blurted it out to him. Sorry. I'd been thinking about it for a long time, and I offered to be available to any congregant or family that might be dealing with a family member coming out. I wish I had that resource and knew that I could help and make a difference. I was not afraid to tell Rabbi my big secret. I knew CNT was a safe place even back then. John and I eloped in San Diego 1 month before the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage. That was 11 years ago today, by the way. 1 year later, we renewed our vows in front of 250 of our family and friends on the beach in San Diego. There was no question who we wanted to officiate this ceremony, Rabbi Axelrod. Unfortunately, Rabbi told us that he needed to be here for a Jewish holiday, some service. I don't recall, but you open up a Jewish calendar and
It was slichot.
there you go. But Cantor Hutchings wouldn't hear of it, and she insisted Rabbi come to San Diego, and she could handle the holiday service, which she did wonderfully. I think that was pretty good for you to get your elbows up. Sadly, we had already asked another friend to officiate, but Rabbi and Joni came to our weekend-long celebrations, and Rabbi led the blessings over the bread and wine at the dinner. Being Jewish and gay is who I am, and CNT has always been home to me and the other LGBTQ plus members of our congregation. It truly is a special place to belong.
I don't know how I'm supposed to go after that. That was crazy. No, it was great. No, I'm good. Hi, some of you may know me, some of you probably don't. It's been a really long time since I've been here. I'm sorry. But I always keep Ner Tamid in the Jewish community here very close to my heart all the time. You can ask literally anybody that I know. I'm always talking about like the community and about Ner Tamid and about how I love it here. If you know me, you know, like Rabbi said, I was not born Jewish. I didn't grow up religious literally at all. I just was kind of just hanging out, doing my own thing. But I converted to Judaism around 2022 and 2023, along with my best friend Max, who you all know, who works here. And I was able to meet a really amazing group of people that became some of my closest friends I've ever had. I'm very unapologetically myself, both in personality, as you can see, and in sexuality too. It's no secret that I'm just a big, mean old lesbian, as my friends like to call me as a joke. It's always been a really large part of my identity as a person, my lesbian tendencies, we'll say. Our friend group together was drawn by our budding love of Judaism, since all of us were in the process of converting, and also by our shared life experiences of being young queer people navigating a really new religious space. Right? I've never been religious before, so going into a religion and going gung-ho was like a really, really, really big change. I wouldn't trade the friends that I made here for the world, literally ever. I love them very dearly. They're very close to me. We still talk every single day, or as much as we can, even though our lives continue on. Ever since coming to Ner Tamid, I've always felt seen and supported. I have CNT, the clergy, and the people around it to thank for giving me some of my best friends, and especially so in a time where many people use religion and doctrine to excuse bigotry and hatred for things that they don't personally understand. Sorry, I have to read, and I forgot how to read for a second. I know, you'd be surprised they let me teach kids. It's crazy. Judaism in the Jewish community has always been a lighthouse on the shore and a promise of safety and community in people who love me not despite of who I am, but because of who I am, and who embrace the multiple parts that make up a big page-shaped mosaic.
Sometimes figuring out who you are, finding yourself, finding your place, is a miracle. We have a prayer built right into our service that acknowledges the miracles, the things that we didn't think were possible, the things that we thought, that can't happen. What's going to happen? The oh no moment, and then the aha moment. So we turn to God and say, who is like you? Who is like this world, this world that is full of miracles if we just take a look.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you,
La la la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Adonai.
We turn now in our service to the Amidah prayers, the standing prayers. These sequence of prayers, they say, thank you, God, who has given the people who came before me, who has given with all strength, with holiness. All of these prayers combined, they tell us that this is the part of our service where we can ask for anything, what we need. Gives us permission to be selfish in this moment and say, yes, thank you, God, and here's what I'm standing here in need of. So instead of Adonai, Sevatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha, Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise, that's implied. But Nefesh Mountain wrote a version that says, Adonai, love me. Adonai, guide me, protect me. And just like that zipper song in the beginning, I want to hear somebody pray, this is a place where we fill in the blank. What do we need in this moment right now? And when we conclude this pre-prayer of sorts, we'll rise and have a silent Amidah.
Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai.
What do you want to fill in that blank with? Guide me.
Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, please guide me, Adonai.
All right. Technical difficulties. What else? Adonai, what are we here for? Heal me.
Adonai, heal me, Adonai, heal me, Adonai, heal me, please heal me, Adonai.
All right, one more. Inspire.
Adonai, inspire me, Adonai, inspire me, Adonai, inspire me, please inspire me, Adonai.
Adonai, love me.
Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai.
We rise for our private Amidah prayers. When you've completed your prayers, please be seated. As we turn to our Misha Berach, our healing prayers, I say Shabbat Shalom to those of you watching us on the live stream and invite you at this time to submit the names of those you are thinking of for healing prayers into our chat at this time. The names that were submitted to our office this week: Dory Kurtman, Harvey Levy, Sandra Block, Elaine Block, Sam Papauser, Judy Lugo, Janice Grinnell, Jeff Wayne, Jarrett Goldberg, Anthony Sains, Chuck Johnson, Richard Muller, Jane Cranston, Michael Unger, Sheila Huyanga, Heather Seltzer.
Nancy Marquez.
If you have names of those you are thinking of for healing prayers, I invite you to rise now and say their names. Liz Levine. It is our custom here to put our arms around the person next to us for Misha Berach to show support. So if you like that person, or you feel like being nice for the moment, or you can stand, you can sit, however you're comfortable. Just find a friend.
Shebe
Sorry, guys. My voice is rough tonight. Oh, don't get too comfortable. I stood up for a reason. It's time to, sorry.
Stand again.
It's time to stand, but then you'll get a break. We rise for Aleinu, a reminder that it is upon us to change the world.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were free to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Alleluia, Shabbat. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Alleluia, Shabbat. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Alleluia, Shabbat. It's time to live our praise. Alleluia, Shabbat. It's time to live our praise. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Please be seated. The psalmists teach, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Jewish tradition never promises a life without struggle. We know too much about wandering, rejection, and longing to believe otherwise. And that's why pride is not simply a celebration of identity. It is what happens when heartbreak no longer has the final word. We celebrate because these stories did not end in silence. They continued in courage, in love, in Jewish life, and in community. Every Shabbat candle kindled, every blessing whispered, every hand held beneath a chuppah, every voice lifted in prayer, every moment someone says, "This is who I am," and is met with love. These are not small things, and tonight our joy is not naive. It is hard-earned, and that is what makes it holy. For whenever one soul finds its place among us, all of us are blessed. Our final two stories tonight come from the perspectives of a father and his children, navigating what it means not only to accept but understand not one child's gender affirmation, but both. Brian Pence is our incredible, kind, brilliant shamus. His empathy and compassion for others, I believe, because of his amazing wife, Robin, and their incredible children, are to be credited, Alex and Maddie. They have been embraced by this community, and as Paige said, for who they are, not for who they are, for who they are, but not, sorry. But that road has, I can't read either, that road hasn't been so simple or so kind outside these walls. And we hear Maddie and Brian's stories now.
Good evening. My name is Madeline Pence, and I'm here to share part of my experience as a transgender woman. Throughout my time here at CNT, I have seen amazing support, kindness, and respect shown towards the LGBTQIA+ community. I felt it when I was called by my preferred name. I felt it when I was referred to by my proper nouns. I have felt it when I can be myself and not have to worry about being hated or hurt for simply being who I am. This congregation has been a safe and affirming place for the large part of my life. Of course, that is in great contrast to some of the worst places I've felt hate, such as my school, where I had been dead named, mocked, and severely bullied, and just simply hated for years, ever since I first came out. That is only the beginning of the list of horrible things I have had to experience simply because I am trans. The transgender community in its entirety encounters even worse things every single day. So much so that every month more of us are killed unjustly, and we are targeted in the worst of ways. We have been subjected to many cases of fatal violence, sexual assaults, targeted physical violence, and harassment. These acts are so common that most places in the world are unsafe for us to even live in. Transgender individuals across the United States have had to flee their homes because of these acts and relocate to a safe state where they won't be hate crimed or for simply walking down the street or trying to live life as themselves. There is constantly new legislation that is created within the United States that is meant to erase us. There is so much hate directed towards transgender individuals to the point where I am sometimes afraid to go outside my own home. The entire LGBTQIA+ community is subjected to these horrors every day. With all this discrimination and hate circulating through our society, we need allies. People who will stand up. We need people who will help defend us and show their support by actually helping to make a difference, to change things and not simply call themselves an ally. Right now, our community is threatened and targeted in ways I can't help but relate to what was seen in the Holocaust, when the Jews were targeted simply because of their religion, like we are being targeted simply because of our identity. To conclude, I'd like to read a poem which is currently very relevant. First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Thank you.
I want to talk about comfort. We seek comfort in our lives, or at least we do not want to feel uncomfortable. Yet we have all found ourselves in an uncomfortable situation before. How did you feel? Were you embarrassed or afraid? We typically fear that which we do not understand. Our fears can make us uncomfortable. Our response to our fears is often avoidance and suppression of what we do not understand to be comfortable. What if our comfort is at the expense of someone else being uncomfortable? What if our comfort caused someone else to feel alienated or ostracized? That is not comfort, that is judgment. I'm a father of 2 transgender children. I did not understand what it means to be transgender when I first heard about it. To be honest, as a cisgender man, I will never fully understand what it means to be transgender. No one can unless you are transgender. However, I was aware of how uncomfortable my children were as they sought to understand what they were experiencing emotionally, mentally, and physically. They were discovering who they really are. My response to my children coming out was to listen and to learn. Did I feel uncomfortable at first? Yes. So I sought out information and resources to educate myself while reassuring my children that they were loved unconditionally, without judgment. I was willing to be uncomfortable until I could understand what they were going through a little better. We should all be willing to be a little uncomfortable until we better understand things we are unfamiliar with. Excuse me. We should be compassionate enough to let others experience their lives as their truest selves, thus enabling them some comfort. Yet comfort is a feeling that many LGBTQIA+ people do not always enjoy. Theirs is a constant struggle against misunderstanding and often outright hate. Theirs is a struggle to survive. They do not seek anything different from the rest of us, only to live their lives without fear, prejudice, or violence. If people living their lives freely and without oppression makes someone uncomfortable, then they should educate themselves, ask questions, seek to understand someone before judging them. I admit my own struggle with this. I am guilty of not being ready to fully understand the people who seek to oppress and harm my children. I am uncomfortable with trying to understand that hate. I have work to do. At CNT, we are a welcoming congregation. There's a sign in our courtyard that says, "Everyone is welcome." That should mean someone can be their truest self here without calls to the office, even if they are in drag. That should mean we are willing to understand that we are all but still Elohim in the image of God, regardless of how or who we love, regardless of gender. We have work to do. Bride is every day. Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
I want to thank all of you for sharing your stories. You are brave, amazing voices that we all have a lot to learn from. So thank you for being here. And I don't know, my mom's sitting over here, and she always just taught me, just love everybody. Just love everybody. Like what? It's like the simplest thing, but it's something that not every parent teaches their child. To just love everyone for who they are. And if we just did that, imagine the world that we would live in if we could just love everybody for who they are. It sounds simple. It's not simple. But what if it could be? So we acknowledge the pain, and we acknowledge the joy when we do feel pride and acceptance and love. So I invite you now, if there are people that you are thinking of who are no longer with us, people in your circle who loved you and accepted you for who you are, people you've lost recently, in the last week, in the last month, in the last year, or you're observing their yahrzeit. If you're watching us on the live stream, I invite you to submit their names to the chat at this time. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. It's the song of the dreamers, from the dark place it grows, like a flower in the desert, the oasis of our souls. Come out where we belong. You will hear our longing cries. Our mouths, our lips are filled with song. You can see it from our tear-filled eyes. Those who sow in tears will reap in think of those we've recently lost: Teresa Stone, Kelly Blumen, Sylvia Bernstein, Anita Rosen, Karen Freed, Carmen Orozco, Michael Revzin, David Minix, Malcolm Doctors. And tonight we would also like to acknowledge transgender individuals who have lost their lives to discrimination this month. Juniper Blessing, 19, Erica Caldwell, 41, Murray Faust, 22, Persia Amara Conway, 33, and Max. We observe the yahrzeits of Ann Ackerman, Phyllis Mark, Joseph Chenin, Marianne Milstein, Brian Henry Tabak, Larry Kinsler, Alan Sandell, Anita Katz, Frida Betty Turk, Ann Schiller, Ethel Marcus, Joseph Malinsky, Louise Hamitz, Stephen McGill, Ronald Borochoff, Daniel Hoffman, Max Schiffman, Minnie Poneman, Barnett Zolato, Ronald Bartow, Brian Abbott, Jean Sachs, Fanny Leon, Teresa Bosick, Alvin Tenner, Jan Tenner, Barbara Jensen, Betsy McRitchie, Stuart Raymond, and Aaron Shore. And at this time, as my eyes meet yours, if you want to rise and say the names of those you are thinking of who were not yet named, please do so. Jeffrey Goodman. We rise now all together in solidarity for our Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah ve'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye techol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman karib v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Please be seated. A big thank you to everyone who made services tonight possible and everyone who said yes when you were asked to speak, which is, I know, is a big ask, but you know, it's important that we mark this month. And sometimes people criticize, like, there's a month for this, there's a month for that. There's a reason for that, right? That we have these months to commemorate and to celebrate. And so thank you for saying yes to that, and so that we could hear your voice. And I want to also thank Alex on sound back there. And I want to thank our security, which I want to thank everyone who helped with Magen Hayom, our amazing program that was the brainchild of Aaron Sayowitz, who said, well, what if everyone just sponsored one day of security? Like, is that something that's feasible so that we can all feel safe? And many of you have stepped up to say, yes, I will sponsor a day of security. So this week it was sponsored by Beth Molaski and Ken Cornell and the Mensch Club. And there are many days left in the year that need to be sponsored, so please feel free after Shabbat to sponsor a day of security for us. We want to thank our Shamashim. We have Dell, who was our Ark opener tonight, and Brian, who shared extra with us tonight with his voice. We want to thank Leslie, who set up the beautiful decorations, and I want to give a shout out to Hillary Unger, who purchased them for us. And we have Lee here tonight, who've set up all of our own egg that's coming, and we have Max, who puts together so much in the office that makes things possible for us. I want to thank our Shabbat in the Round musicians. We have Glory and Brad and John and Sarah, and we also have Delaney and Maya tonight. Love that. I'm very proud of you for going all the way to Vermont, but we're sad when you leave. So, and I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Our ushers. Thank you to our ushers and the people who greet us when you come in. Thank you to everyone who makes CNT possible. Thank you. All right. So a lot of announcements happened at the beginning, but I want to rewind to one, which is next week. Next week, a big change is happening. This transition from Rabbi Axelrod, who was here for almost 4 decades, is a big one, and it's going to take time. And my coach, Rabbi Steve K, tells me that it doesn't happen in a year. It happens in 3 years, could be more. And so part of that transition, we said farewell to Rabbi Olshine. She's all the way past Albuquerque already and on her way to Florida. And she was a great interim position for us to have a rabbi here to support our community. And we're really excited also to welcome Rabbi Julie Bressler beginning on Wednesday, on July 1st. We have Rabbi Julie Bressler and Heather Klein, who will be our part-time, Rabbi Bressler will be our part-time associate rabbi and director of lifelong learning, and Heather will be our cantorial soloist part-time as well. And we're really excited to welcome them. So the first service will be on Friday, so we hope that you'll come to join us for that. I'm excited. I haven't sung with Heather in a long time, and it'll be really, really joyful. So if you're not out of town for the 4th, please join us here at CNT for that, and lots more of fun to come. If you want to study Torah, we will not be in person tomorrow morning, but we will be online. I will be leading Torah study at 9 a.m., and Pam Henderson is leading our tefillah services after. So we're very excited. Join us online for that. Okay, that's a lot of talking. Again, thank you so much to all of you for sharing your stories. I'd invite you now to take one of our juices as we say Kiddush and Motzi, and then a very special Oseh Shalom tonight. So John Henderson is a beautiful composer. I don't know if you know that, composer of music. And he's composed how many songs now? Dozen, more than a dozen. And it was time that we sing one of those songs, that we share one of those prayer songs together. So we're going to hear and join in his Oseh Shalom after our Kiddush and Motzi. Color on your skirt. It's fine. It'll be fine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. We join in Oseh Shalom, and after we're going to exit to the lobby, and we're going to make sure that we show our audacious hospitality and greet someone that we haven't seen in a long time or maybe have never seen, and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. All right? I'm not going to embarrass anyone, but I see some new faces, some faces I haven't seen in a while. We want to say Shabbat Shalom to you.
Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. It is time for lasting peace, hearts to open, wars to cease. Bring her down from up above. Fill our world with hope and love, and let us say Amen. Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu.
know it now.
Oh, say shalom. Oh, say shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael.
Yasher Koach. All right. Shabbat Shalom. We have a new O Say Shalom for Shabbat in the Round. Amazing. All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please join us for the Oneg.